So welcome to Monday, March 28th. I always like to say the date so we know what we're watching here. To the team calls, and this is the call for dealers through VFs. So welcome if you're brand new. Most of you I recognize who've been on here, but Jess and I are just going to kind of talk about some of the basics tonight for you guys. And one of the things I wanted to just start off with is if you are a VF on this call, is your business qualified? Because it is that time of the month. It is the 28th. And if you are a VF, if you've worked your way up the ladder, that is the first thing that you should be marking off your calendar as a VF by not leaving any money on the table. When you qualify your business at 1,000 PVC every month, you're not leaving any money on the table. And actually, I got a really cool thing that's written out of this that I will be sharing on our team page, and I can share it on Adventure as well, or Jess, however you want to reach out to your team. But it's literally saying, like, this person has 800 PVC and they're leaving $90 on the table from not qualifying their business. This person has this much PVC and they gained $300. This person has this much PVC at the end of the month and a qualified business, and if they would not have qualified, they're leaving $120 on the table. So it just shows you how much money you're leaving on the table by not qualifying your business. So it's a good habit to get into. Even if you don't have any team underneath you, like, just get in the habit of qualifying your business every single month. That is kind of the name of the game at VF and higher. So that's just what I want to start off with. If your business is not qualified, get with your upline and figure out how to qualify it so you're not leaving any part of your paycheck out to dry. You know, I don't think any one of us walking through a parking lot would step over a $20 bill. In fact, we'd be like, oh, heck yeah, $20. Normally it's a quarter, right? But some people, the majority of the time, if you're not qualifying your business, that's at least what you're stepping over. So let's not leave that on the table. So Jess, I know you were going to talk about kind of getting a new rep started. Were you going to do that on this call?
We definitely can. I think it's valuable for both.
I think so too.
Yeah. So one of the things we talked about for as far as goal setting, getting a new rep started, and then along with goal setting, the 3x5 cards.
So you want me to look at the goals first?
Whichever.
Yeah, whatever works.
Okay.
So one of
Go for it. Let's do it.
Okay. So if you guys came to the live team training, which at least 3 of you on this call did, we had 3x5 cards. So you guys might be hearing some repetitiveness here. But one of the things that I think is really important to do on 3x5 cards is write down goals. And, you know, we're back from conference now. We're fired up. We have all the energy and motivation to get this done, but how are we going to go about doing it? So one of the things that Travis and I did when we were on the plane coming back from conference, we sat down and figured out, you know, how to organize this business a little bit. And Jess and I talked a little bit today that this business is a little bit difficult to organize. So every little thing that you can do to organize this business kind of helps you put it into a time frame of what you need to do every day. So first thing, I wrote down daily goals. What is it that we want to do daily? And Rick was just talking about this. So one of my goals I wrote down daily is to just talk to 5 people. And Rick is going to trump me by talking to 7. Awesome. Anybody who wants to trump me, I'm up for the challenge. I'm going to go for 8, Rick. That's what this business is all about. It's really fun. So I want you to write down daily goals. What is it that you're going to do daily to add to your business? Okay?
Hey, Lindsay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can you? What's that? What's the heading on? What's that under the heading? What's the heading for that?
So on goals, I just wrote down daily on one of my 3x5 note cards.
Well, but above that again, because you 3 steps, right, or 3 different things.
Yeah, I've gotten to 1 so far.
Well, I know, but what's the first one?
daily goals.
Okay.
That's all I've covered so far, right, Jess? Am I missing something?
You're good.
Okay. All right. So daily goals. So my daily goal was to talk to 5 people every day. So write down right now, what are some daily goals you want to accomplish for this business? I can talk to 5 people very easily, right? I'm going to the grocery store. I got to pick up a prescription. I talk to the pharmacy tech. I'm checking out. I can talk to the grocer. I'm at the bank. I can talk to the teller. I'm at the gym. I can say hi to the person on the treadmill next to me. Whatever it is, I'm going to talk to 5 people. So whatever your daily goal is. The next one is going to be your monthly goal. And Rick, I got to put you on mute. You are very loud. So the next card I put monthly goals on. So this is kind of how I organized it, is monthly. What is it that I want to accomplish a month? So, oh wait, I'm sorry, I forgot weekly. We want to do weekly next. Sorry. So weekly, what is it that I want to accomplish on a weekly basis with my business? So we came up with at least 5 new frontline customers. I want 5 new orders in my business to kind of help raise my volume every single week. And that's my own personal goal. So I'm just giving you guys examples. You can take my same numbers, you can change it, you can tweak it however you want. Then the third card, I did a monthly goal. Okay, so monthly, I wanted to bring on 5 new reps every single month. Again, my goal, if you want to bring on 1 new rep, Travis had pointed out, if you bring on 1 new rep and work on qualifying them, by the end of the year, we should all be a 12 club. That breaks it down to being pretty easy. If you add 1 new rep, Rick added a new rep today. If he works on helping them qualify like he has, right? He's 1 club. He does the same thing next month. He's a 2 club, and so forth. Okay. And then I did conference to conference goals. You know, I'm an NMD now. What do I want to be next conference? NMD 24 club. Okay, so what is it that you want? What club level do you want from conference to conference? And then lastly, we did yearly goals. So it just kind of helps compile and organize what is it that we wanted for our business. And then we'll kind of see once we get to conference if it was feasible for us to add 5 new reps or feasible for us to talk to 5 people daily. So we're kind of keeping a tally. When I talk to somebody, I'm just writing down their name so that I remember to follow up, right, Jess? Because that's important. I can talk to all the people in the world, but if I forget to follow up with them, it's not going to do me any good. So taking a note of, you know, in my paper notebook, what that looks like. There we go.
Can I interject? Yeah, I've got my paper notebook right here with all my scribbles and people, but also a reminder for anyone who wasn't on the call when we went over Trello. So Trello is an app that is that you can use. What's the price again?
Free.
Oh, it is free. Okay. That it's free and you can make all these lists and you can share. So for Chip and I, it works great. I'm actually, when I was on vacation, I'm starting to load people in here and use it myself. But it's really easy to, as soon as you're done talking with someone, to click on that app. And then I clicked on Nourish for Life, which is my business name. And I added a card and just wrote their name, whether or not their phone number was already in my phone, if I got their information, or whatever, but just added the name to my list so I don't lose track of it. Because as Lindsay was saying, it's challenging to be organized sometimes in this business. And so whatever works for you. But again, Trello is an opportunity to organize who you're talking to.
Absolutely.
Back to you, Fred.
And then I was just going to go into one more thing. One of the other things that we did at the live event, and I believe Chip can expound on this.
Yeah.
To get
roll up your chair. Roll it up.
Hold on, what am I expounding on?
So to get comfortable about what your job title is. When somebody asks, what is it that you do? Instead of me saying normally I'm a personal trainer and Travis is a firefighter and Kaylee's an engineer and whatever, that we get comfortable with saying what we do, right? But what do we do as far as Juice Plus goes? And how do we make it intriguing and get our verbiage spot on so that somebody asks, well, what is that?
And so when somebody says, so what do you do? I said, my wife and I both represent a food technology company. Have you ever heard of Juice Plus? Question mark. And yes or no leads into the conversation that I'm hoping to have with them.
So Cher, the first time was at Lake Havasu at the resort the first morning. Well, he came back and he felt so good because it was the first time his brain didn't go to, I'm a VP of software company, right? It went to, so just share that experience.
Yeah, so there was a 81-year-old man who was standing out in the parking lot, and so I basically, he said, so Chip, what do you do in Colorado? And I said, what I had just mentioned. And he goes, no, really, what is that? And so I talked to him about raw fruits and vegetables in a capsule. And he said, I think I need some of that. And so I was able to give him my business card on the spot, and we came back and gave him a brochure a little later. He found us in the room and asked a bunch of questions. He says, I have a friend that I think she needs to be on this too. And so the conversation went from there. So, honestly, especially the men, we have our identity a lot of times is our job title. And it was a challenge for me to say the first time that I was a representative of Juice Plus. And it ended up being such a positive experience that's what I'm going to say from now on. So I'm going to pretend like I don't work for a corporate American, company. So,
but the key is to you guys is to create that curiosity. You don't want to give, everything away. You want them, like Jeff always says, we're in the business of creating curiosity, and we want to have people say, tell me more, so we can get in conversation. And then they're inquiring from us. So we are trying to create them, for a situation for them to ask us questions. So we're not just Juice Plus, this is what it is, and you should be on it.
And to get comfortable with it just coming off of your tongue, right? Like it was uncomfortable for you to say that, right, Chip? Like it's not like personal trainer just comes out. And Kaylee, have you practiced? You were at the live event. So here's your opportunity. Kaylee, what is it that you do?
Well, I'm still honing it in. But
well, this is how you practiced, right? So let's hear it.
Yeah. Well, this is what I had been saying, so I'm going to tweak a little bit. But I'm a nutrition specialist. And I'm a mom on a mission.
We tweaked it the other night. That was your normal one. That
was my normal one.
What's the tweak?
I really liked Jeff's wording where he said he owned a network franchise, and I forgot what his other wording, but I liked the network franchise, and I forgot what the other part was, but yeah, like I said, I'm still playing around because I'm like Chip. I'm an engineer, and I'm very big on titles, and so I struggle a lot with this.
Right. So, so that's your homework for the week as far as I'm concerned. I want next week when we got on these calls, Kaylee, what do you do? Rick, what do you do? Boom. Yeah, just have it come out, because we should be uncomfortable practicing it now in front of each other. But when you get in front of somebody else, when you have it down pat, it just is easy, right? So, and it comes with time, but practicing it and writing that down on one of your note cards, I think is pretty powerful as well.
And can I ask, have I gone over the whole 3-door approach? Did I do that in these calls?
I don't think so. I'm not familiar with it. So
you're not, you said?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So let me share with this. It was from a training a couple years ago, and I just thought it's when Tower Garden, so I guess maybe 3.5 years ago, when Tower Garden got introduced to our company. And it really stuck with me, and I think it's really powerful. So if someone's asking you, what do you do? That's what we're talking about right now. What you're comfortable with. The food technology company, that's a Jeff Olsonism, and I love it. And I think it works really well for men as well. But if someone says to you, what's this Juice Plus? What are you doing now? What is, I see it on your shirt, or I saw you on Facebook. What is this Juice Plus? There's a 3-door approach. And it is basically however you want to put Juice Plus. Let's just call it that food technology company for now. So I partnered up with a amazing, or, however is authentic to you, food technology company. And what we do, and here's door one, what we do is we help people fill the gaps of, their nutritional gaps with fruits and vegetables. Here's door number two. We help people with a transformation program who are really looking for big changes in their health. And here's door number three. And we help people grow their own produce by these vertical gardens. And so it's just a little bit, but it's 3 doors for someone to go, I want to know more about door number 2. Or if they're a gardener, I've had a couple people, because I do use this approach when people ask me, like, what is this Juice Plus, whatever. It's not a question I get a lot because people know what I do. So I don't get this question a lot, but when people are like, not familiar with my shirts and whatever they're seeing, and then, the gardener is going to be like, what's a vertical garden, or what's a aeroponic? I say a vertical aeroponic garden. What is that? And there's door number 3, so, and if they go, oh, that's nice, and they don't pick any door, then next, right? They're not interested in anything, and it's not wasting my time. If they want to know, what's your transformation program? Tell me about that. If they're looking to, drop some significant weight or change something in their health condition. So that three-door approach I have found really, really powerful. I believe that was Danny, what's his last name? Something. What is it?
In Louisiana.
Danny, yeah, in Louisiana. But anyway, so I hope that helps you guys with answering what, if someone's familiar enough to know, that you're doing a business, that you have a franchise, or that something to do with Juice Plus, and they're specifically asking, what is that? That's a great way. And practice that. Practice it in the car. Practice it in front of a mirror. Practice it to your kids or your spouse or your buddy or whatever. And say that so it just rolls off the tongue.
And a lot of this is just practicing so that we become experts at talking. I mean, really, we get paid to talk in this business. We get paid to talk to as many people as we possibly can. And I talk a lot, so I might as well get paid for it. Right? So
you want me to go over the list I've kind of put together?
Yeah, I think so, because I think it's valuable. I mean, Rick's a VF shooting for SC, right? And he just signed up a new rep today, so I think it would be good to have some direction.
Okay. So there's been, Lindsay and I kind of shared today when we were talking how, and I think we all can kind of relate to this. You just kind of sign an application and you're like, what do I do? I don't know. There's no hard and fast rules, right? There's a system and you got to plug in. And over the years, there's been some lists, if you will, on how to get a new rep started. Some are really complicated and some are a little too simplistic. And just kind of the pattern that I'm doing as we're signing up, multiple new people in this new year, I'm going to share my screen. And I just put together just a rough list today. And I'll email this to Lindsay and she can get it out to you guys. So I'm going to share my screen. And can you guys see that? Starting off a new, yeah, can you?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So this is, I'll scroll down a little bit. This is the first thing that I do. Now, when you're going through this list, this is the extent of it right here. You don't have to do this all in one shot. I was telling Lindsay it's probably good to break it up in 2 phone calls. Or if you're meeting with them, half of this or 2/3 of it when you're meeting with someone, and then follow up with the rest on the phone. So the Rise of the Entrepreneur documentary, if you have not seen it yet, I highly recommend that you get that. There are DVDs, and then there's also a subscription you can get for $10 a month to use it as a tool. And I believe that this is when someone says yes, when someone signs a new rep application, it's good if you haven't shared it before they said yes, it's really good to just set the big picture of what's possible. And it is by Eric Worre, the GoPro author. And it's a fabulous documentary for just people to have a big picture of what's possible doing this. It's not just a little hobby that you can, sign up for and whatever. Although, it can be as little or as big as you want, as we know. The second one is to go to networkmarketingpro.com. Right on the homepage on the right side, it says anybody gets a free book now. You're just paying $6.95 for shipping and handling. So if I do not have a book, I usually buy them by the dozen. If they're signing up with me, I give them the book. If not, I have them just go there and order it right away. Next is adding the new reps to the Facebook groups. And so I didn't add all the groups because everyone is kind of different, but you know the major ones. And if you're confused about what all the groups are, you can always ask Lindsay or myself. Make a quick welcome call to your upline. And this is just so your new person knows that it's not just you in the business, that there's a lot of people they can get help from, and there's a whole ton of support. So it's just really a quick introduction. And then making sure that upline, that the new rep has the upline's information, cell phone and whatnot, and you connect them on Facebook. Next is the Zoom call, what we're doing right now. Put it in the calendar and share that ID. Next is download Voxer. I know Lindsay's team, you guys aren't doing Voxer, you just have Facebook messaging, so add them to that. We are trying to make the switch to Voxer because everyone in our
a few of us, actually, everybody who's on the call tonight has been on Voxer. We just mainly still communicate on Facebook. We've used Voxer. We've tried.
Nice. Well, we're trying. We're still in the trying phase too. So I'm really trying to get everyone to do that because I really do like it. I really do.
I do too.
And the next is the Shining Star. I can never make it live, but you know, Mitra does go over some really good things. The archive for those rep wrap calls, you guys, if you haven't got on there, you can find it on the Shining Star Facebook page. The archive of calls, they go over the GoPro skills, one call at a time, like skill 1, skill 2, skill 3. Lindsay's on there as a guest, the power of being bold. I just saw you on there. So there's really good stuff for training calls too. So between the 2 calls, you know, you're only new reps. You know, you got to commit as well as the rest of our team, right, Lindsay, to these, you know, 60 minutes in a week. That's it. And they're, you know, we're making them as valuable as we can, what we want to know when we started off, right?
Yeah.
Then the virtual office setup, I just put the basics here, and then also the link to the Team Mix channel for those how to use the virtual office, which is super helpful. If you don't have time or don't want to go through, you know, and spend that time doing those, they can do it
I was
on.
going to send you that. Good work for finding it.
Whoop, whoop.
So
I did. You said it was public. I'm like,
find
sure,
out
yeah.
after me saying it exists today. It's easy to find, right?
Yeah, I mean, so that's why I put in there is search Team Mix Lindsay Hale. If you do Team Mix, you won't find it, but if you put Team Mix with your name, it comes up.
Oh, cool.
So, and then lastly, let me wrap up here, the missiondrivensystem.com. So this is a website that our company has put together that I love because it's the complete, you know, resource tool. It has everything on there. So just helping our new people get to know this funnel. I don't go through the whole thing with them. I tell them that it's homework, but I do show a few of the things, have them click on things with me on the phone, like the product videos. Here's all the product videos, and they're categorized by athletes, children, cancer, you know, whatever, and have them get familiar with them and how to share YouTube videos. Okay, so some people don't know how to do that. We have to make sure that they know how to share videos. And then setting up the calendar, whether it's live events, you know, Facebook events, texting blitzes, whatever, so they get into action and they start to fill up the calendar. And then lastly, and again, these are the things that take a little bit more time here at the end, the last 3 to 4, is just training, you know, chatting. And if you need help in this, as you're still new, you guys, you just, you know, call on your upline to help with this. But we have in the missiondrivensystem.com, there is help. There's examples of how to post appropriate social media where you're creating curiosity and not just, you know, throwing up Juice Plus all over people where they're going to hit unfollow or unfriend. And then also your story, going over your story, verbiage for texting, some of that stuff is on Mission Driven System, but just going over, you know, the the high yielding questions, which I put on there, one of my favorites, would you be open to? When you're talking to people, it's, I thought of you because, would you be open to? Those are powerful, powerful statements and questions. And if they say no to that, then I so appreciate it. I appreciate a strong no just as much as I appreciate a strong yes, because then I can not waste my time and move on to the next person who is looking for help, who is open to the information that I have for them. Here's the 3-door approach that I just shared, and then answering what do you do, which we just went over too. So we're about out of time, but any quick questions?
You had told me a little bit earlier, Jess, is this is not something that you throw out a new rep, like you have to do all of this and get back to me tomorrow. Like the whole idea is to not overwhelm a new rep, but give them some direction. So I know that you had said, like, you know, maybe pick 3 things off this list and we'll talk again next week. Or, you know, you can do this as quickly or slowly as you want. Like the whole point of putting this together is to help them organize this off the bat and to know that there are other resources besides just you out there. So it's pretty valuable to have.
Yeah, some of those are just quick checklist things that, to me, if I don't have a checklist in front of me, my brain is pulled in so many directions that I will miss something. I'll be like, oh, I never added that person to all the Facebook groups, or oh, I never. So it's just really for your own benefit to be like, oh yeah, I sent him the link to Rise documentary. Okay, I did, so use it again, just to help you stay organized, really, is the point of that. So
yeah, there's a theme of this call tonight. Organizing our business.
Organization.
So with that being said, I'm going to stop the recording. Was there anything else that you wanted to say, Jess, for the...
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, just